Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Becca with House of Lenormand. Today is Wednesday, December 4th. I am sorry I've been gone. It has been insane around here with work. We've had a couple of people who are leaving their posts, so it's kind of like scrambling to kind of wrap up a lot of last minute things and before the holidays and everybody takes off and a lot of people leaving. So it's been nuts. I know that there was some impeachment hearings today in the House Judiciary, but I have not been able to watch any of it at all. I think I DVR'd some of it, so I may be able to catch up on some of that tonight. But I asked you guys on one of my little posts to see what you guys wanted me to read on. So I'm going to try to go through those, and find out, what you guys want to know. So this question here, well, it was mostly for me because I kind of wanted to know what the impeachment hearings were going to be about. I'm sorry about the lighting. It's really cloudy and rainy and no light today. So, and I'm doing this on my iPad. But this here was for me to see what was the outcome of the impeachment hearings today. You guys are going to please let me know down in the comments because I like I said, I haven't gotten to watch any of it at all. So on this first row, we have the crossroads, the stork, the heart, the garden, and the birds. And then on this bottom row, we have the fish, the anchor, the mice, the sun, and the key. And the question was, what was the outcome of the impeachment hearings? Well, here's the top people that were coming in to talk at the committees right here, the hearings that we asked about. So it looks like it may be something that is still partisan here because of the crossroads. It's something that splits. It goes this way or that way. But there's a positive change, and it's like a new chapter for these hearings. It looks like a vote will take place, a very significant vote here with the corners. There's something going on here with money that was supposed to arrive that is missing, or money that was supposed to arrive that has been lost or stolen. And that is something that becomes significant. I'm not sure if that was discussed today. It could have been the money that, even though I'm not seeing the ring here, this could have been in regards to the money that perhaps was promised to the Ukraine, but it was money that had been secured, lost, or stolen here. I don't know either if there was anything that was discussed today in regards to the emoluments clause, because I'm not seeing the letter, I'm not seeing the ring, but I am looking at the corners where there's talk and negotiations and hearings about money, some sort of payment, some sort of money business issue, and a very important vote. We can see here that there is a lot of nervousness for one party in particular, perhaps the Republican Party here. Because like I said, because it starts off here with the crossroads, it's looking like this is going to go completely along partisan lines. It's split, it's separated. And that's going to be very significant. But it looks like the Republican Party is significantly worried, and they're worried about the separation, the choice, and the alternative. This is a decision that makes people very, very nervous. It's a bad decision. It's a bad choice. Could also be multiple avenues of corruption, erosion, corroding, something that eats away. It looks like the decision has already been made, though, along partisan lines, because we see here a permanent change with these two. There's multiple sources of income here, multiple businesses, multiple avenues that have to do with money, either money being separated and going in different directions, money that was promised that is lost, stolen, corrupted, and also money that's being diverted different ways. The hearings about the money, the public if this is in regards to the public as in the country, it looks like the outcome has been, the hearings have been extremely successful on exposing the corruption that had to do back here with the money. So, you know, whatever, I like I said, I haven't watched it, but whatever spin the Republican Party may have tried, it doesn't look, based on this reading, it doesn't look like it sticks, because everything back here has been lost, stolen, corrupted, eroded, eaten away. It's a loss from back here. But then here on this side of the read, it clears up and it shows that it's been, the hearings were extremely successful. And this, with these corners, if this is not in regards to the choice and the decision and the vote that's going to be very important that needs to be made, it could also be talking about multiple points of evidence here. Because the key is something that unlocks, it opens, it gives you the answer. So there may be multiple answers that were given at the hearing today for the public to understand and recognize and get the knowledge. But it looks like the outcome is really well. I'm going to look through some more of your questions. I heard, like I said, I've been out of the loop. I heard, I need to catch up on my news, but that when Trump went to that summit, I don't know what summit it was, that world leaders were caught on video or whatever, making fun of him, like mocking him or whatever. And then I had briefly seen something on YouTube, but I haven't even watched it yet, that because of that, Mango Mussolini got his feelings hurt, so now he's threatening to pull out of NATO, and he's going to pull out of NATO early. So let me see if I can do those readings real quick, and I will be right back. So this one here, this double line of 5, was to see how he's feeling about the impeachment. We have the child, the ring, the mice, the birds, and the man. He presented here by himself as the man. And then we have the book, the house, the coffin, the ring, and the bear. So it looks like there may be something new, either new evidence of corruption that perhaps took place in a meeting or in a phone call. That evidence may be buried or kept away from the house. The birds is knighting over here to the house, so that could be the hearings that are taking place in the house that are very important. But it could also be something because of where this lands in the order. It looks like it's something that's in a black box that the house needs to get access to. But I'm not quite sure if they're able to. So I don't know if this would be in regards to the server. But it looks like he's feeling like there's a lot of nervousness here with him. Central to the reading, we have the mice, which is anxiety, worry, something that eats away at you. It keeps you up at night. And then here we have the birds, and the birds is talking, communications, negotiations, meetings, interviews, but it also comes with a side of nervousness. So he's under significant, perhaps significant anxiety, and there's also depression here. There's an illness here, either mentally, physically, emotionally, but he's under a significant amount of stress, worry, anxiety, that's causing him some significant problems. Like I was saying down here, there's something going on with the house that they don't have, or perhaps he's worried and trying to figure out a way to shut them down, because the house is followed here by the coffin. It doesn't look like he can, because the coffin is then followed by the ring. So this is finding a solution to that problem. And he is still feeling, even though he's worried about the actual impeachment and perhaps new evidence, he's also very committed to control, to remaining in a position of authority. It's almost like a power grab right here with the bear. The bear is someone in a position of authority. It's someone in a position of power, force, strength, a bully. And so it's almost like right here, it's almost like by what he's saying, he's committing to his power and his authority. But here on the corners, we're seeing a new authority or authority that's in the early stages. I'm not sure if this is something that was discussed today at the hearings, in the judiciary hearings, but this is almost, even though I'm not seeing the sun here, it's almost like grabbing for like authoritarianism. It's like he is committed to being the boss, like nobody can go against him type of boss. Also, we see that, see, if this would have been different, if the bear would have been up here, like in this order, up here somewhere, that would mean that he's losing power because it's eating away at it, but it's back here, around him. So it almost feels like he's grabbing onto power by verbally promising something. Either to people in positions of authority, he's verbally promising to remain in a position of authority. He's perhaps using very strong bullying words, and that's his solution to this problem, therefore elevating himself as a person in a position of authority. Like I said, it's like a power grab, but there's also a verbal agreement here or a promise that was made here. This could be in regards to the promise that was made to that one country that's represented by the bear. And I'm sorry that I'm having to speak in code, but that's just the way it is these days with the YouTube being wonky like it is. So that could have been the verbal promise that was made and the to this bear here. Because the bird is here, we're seeing two men. So this could be the promise that and the agreements that he has with the other authoritarian wannabe, Barr, right here, because he would fit the description of the bear. It could be an agreement between 3 or more people, because this is a small group of people, but it's also a pair. So it could be the verbal agreements he has with Barr. It could be the verbal agreements he has with the country represented by the bear. But it's almost like even though he's worried and quite ill about it, it looks like he's hanging his hat on something perhaps that William Barr has promised him verbally, because here's Barr. So it looks like he may have a promise from someone that's a powerful protector here. And then here with the corners, this is a new protector. This could be a small protector. This could be someone that's moving in to protect you, but it's in the early stages. He has a secret. We can see that there is a significant agreement that was made here. Now, central to the reading here, this could be read as corruption ends, worry ends, an illness ends. But because there's a verbal agreement here with multiple people presented here by the bear, and I'm thinking one of them is BARR, it looks like his secret, if this gets too hot, this becomes an illness, 25th. So even though I'm not seeing any action cards here that would talk about leaving or a departure, that may be in the works. And I have read on that before, and it's quite interesting. I don't know if he's been running around with his doctor as of late, but just a couple weeks ago he was. So, and that was after he had that conversation with the BARR. So there's some sort of a verbal promise that this person, that he has with this person to protect him. And it might be through the 25th. Because there's an illness here, and then there's a promise to end this worry for him, and that would be, you know, like I said, the 25th. But even though I'm not seeing any action cards here, which would talk about going somewhere. Let me see what else you guys wanted me to ask, and I will be right back. Okay, so someone wanted to know if he would resign before he is impeached. We have the House, which is neutral. We have the Sun, which is positive. We have the Key, which is positive. So it's saying, yes, there's something really, really, really significant that the House brings to light, that the House exposes, that may cause the resignation. I asked when. I got the Snake, which is 7 days, weeks, or months. Or it could be July. I don't think it would go as far out as July, but it's saying 7 days, weeks, or months. And the Whip is also 11 days, 11 weeks, or 11 months, or November. Well, we've already passed November. So, you know, 7 days, weeks, or months, 11 days, weeks, or months. But this is saying that he's going to resign before he's impeached. Let me go ahead and do a quick monthly for him, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this one here, this box spread, was to see what's going on for him this month. We have the Fish, the Cross, and the Crossroads. We have the Bouquet, him, and then the Sun. And then over here we're seeing the Tower, the Anchor, and the Mountain. Right off the bat, you can see that he's going to have some wins down this column here. But then he is like tied to a huge burden. There is a huge trial, punishment this way, but it's permanent. We can see up here that there's something to do here with a financial institution, quite possibly a bank, perhaps the IRS, and there's something going on here with bribery from a financial institution. So I don't know if this is in regards, and there's multiple institutions this way. So it could be the IRS, it could be the banks, it could be him using his position to bribe the Ukraine, bribes that he's taken perhaps through his establishment at a Trump Tower, if we read that literally, which is a successful institution if we knight the Sun to the Tower, and the Fish knights down here to the Sun. So making money, briberies to him through the towers that he has, as well as perhaps banks and money that was held up, money that was blocked, money that was delayed. So the Ukraine, money that had been secured and then delayed. So again, the Ukraine, this could also be about delaying and even though I'm not seeing the Whip here, to say that he's going to keep fighting, but it's like there's a permanent obstacle for an institution that has to do with finances and money. So I don't know if this is in regards to him. Like I said, even though I'm not seeing the Whip, in regards to him continuing to fight to keep his taxes, you know, away from accountability. Let's see here. So, like I said, he's chained with a serious burden. This is a burden that sticks around for a long time because it's anchored here by the anchor. And then we can see there's some sort of a fine, perhaps, and multiple fines maybe down this way. So this right here would be some sort of fundraising as well. So money that are gifted to an institution, a corporation, quite literally a property, or not a property, but like one of his towers. This could be some sort of financial fine, and then there's multiples of them because the money is being burdened, and then there's a separation and a split here, or multiple money problems this way. Like I said, it looks like he's pretty happy about something, or he's very happy to accept gifts. And then we're seeing here that there is an institution that has a permanent obstacle this way. This institution is quite burdened, or this could actually be him going to a legal trial, because the Tower Knight's over here to the what do you call it? The cross. So this could be a legal problems. But then it clears up here. And then there is, it's kind of like legal problems. And then he's successful here with an institution. So it looks like it's going, even though I'm not seeing the whip, I can't say that this continues and repeats, but it looks like the same themes are coming up. Perhaps something to do with fines this way. Bribery, accepting gifts of money to his towers, money that is blocked here, institutions that are facing a permanent obstacle, or an obstacle that takes a long time to get around. With it, the box spread ends here with the tower, with the mountain. This is the winter, the 21st of the month, or 3 months. So I don't know if something significant is going to come out around the 21st of this month. The only action card we have here is the Crossroads. So this could be saying that he's involved with multiple institutions, that he's delaying, blocking, obstructing. This is an obstruction, a delay. And it's also a very powerful enemy. So, but then it ends here in an action card. So, it's kind of like whatever he's trying to do to succeed only causes more problems. Because down here, we're seeing multiple success delayed. So if this right here is in regards to the trials, and his strategy has been to permanently delay as his way out, as his winning strategy, no, the delays only end up hurting him, because he's burdened this way, and it's permanent. So, and then there's a court here that comes to a decision and makes a choice. That choice sticks this way. It's a permanent choice. So I'm not sure. I mean, because there's multiple institutions here. So if this is courts, this could be multiple courts. So I couldn't tell you if this is the Supreme Court, the lower circuit courts. But it looks like they make a decision. They make a good decision, but then it's blocked here. So maybe the court decisions come out and they're not favorable to him, so he continues to block it, or not follow and obstruct court orders. Let me read on that, because it's kind of hard to tell, because it ends here on the mountain, and this is like multiple success delayed. So I don't know if the choice comes out around the 21st. And it says that, yes, you have to release this stuff. And then he continues to delay or obstruct here. Like I said, you know, the Supreme Court, the circuit courts, the IRS, the Deutsche Banks, perhaps the government itself that he's been obstructing, the Justice Department that he's been obstructing, everybody that he's just permanently obstructed, because that's the only thing he knows how to do. And that's how he's been successful this way. See what I'm saying? But then this way here, it's not good. It's a delay. It's And here it's showing that he's quite burdened and chained to that burden. With the anchor here, this is achieving our goals. It's the end point where you want to go. It's something fixed and kind of stable. So the burden that he's carrying he's stuck with it because the only thing he knows how to do is to do this: delay, obstruct, delay, obstruct, delay, obstruct. And that's how he is successful. But it doesn't look good for him. Let me read real quick on the Supreme Court. And you guys, please let me know in the comment section, because like I said, I've been out of the loop for like a long time. Because if this is a Supreme Court making a decision, or other courts that have made the decision, that decision sticks. Whatever this court decided, it sticks, but then it's been delayed and obstructed here by him to keep the money out, to delay the money from coming out. This, like I said, this is also the Ukraine, delaying the money to the Ukraine. There could be other monies that he's delaying. I don't know what those would be. If you guys know, please let me know in the comment section down below. But there could be, besides the Ukraine, there could be another country that he may be withholding aid from this way, just because of this right here. Here on the corners, we're seeing a financial institution that has been blocked, but then there's movement here. It opens up, or a decision that is made for that financial institution. So like the IRS, Deutsche Bank, wherever else he's got money even though I'm not seeing the letter here, I can't talk about records for the literal Trump Tower, but there's money bribes going into that tower. Yeah, he's not going to be successful this month, because if we look at the diamond of the bouquet, the anchor, the sun, and the cross, it's almost like his permanent happiness and contentment and success is burdened. He's blocked, he's burdened. So perhaps there's something coming down the pike around the 21st of the month. I'm not quite sure. Let me read on the Supreme Court real quick and I'll be right back. Okay, so I don't know if this has come out in the news yet, so please let me know in the comment section down below. This 3-card spread here was to ask if the Supreme Court will rule that Donald Trump has to release his taxes. We have the Mountain, which is negative, the Heart, which is positive, the Clover, which is positive. This is saying yes, this was only a temporary delay. I don't know when they took it to the Supreme Court. But the Clovers is something that acts very quickly. So it could be about 2 days or so, give or take, unless the news has already come out. I'm not quite sure. And we saw it in the earlier box spread where we were seeing money that was being delayed and an institution that had a permanent obstacle. And like I said, he wasn't going to be successful this month. He's going to be, kind of chained to the cross at this point, because his only strategy has been to obstruct. And it's looking like here, if the obstruction was for his taxes, the banks, everything else that they're trying to get on him, it's only been a whatever obstacle he's placed, it's temporary, because it looks like the Supreme Court rules that yes, he has to release the taxes. But based on that box spread we did earlier, it ended with the coffin again. So that makes me question if, even though the Supreme Court comes out and says, yeah, you have to release it, my question is he going to continue to obstruct? See what I'm saying? Because the Supreme Court has no way of enforcing that sort of a ruling. It's not like they can get the cops out. You know what I mean? However, I am aware that it's not for him. It's for Mazars, his accounting firm. So if the Supreme Court says, yeah, Mazars, you need to release the taxes, he can't delay them. But what was interesting about that previous box spread was that it ended with the mountain, which is like he may try to delay again some way, somehow. Let me see if I can think of a question. I'll be right back. Okay, everyone. So I hope you can see this okay. Like I said, it's rainy. There's like no light over here. So this double line of 7 here was to see what is Donald Trump going to do when the Supreme Court orders Mazars to release his taxes. We have the cross, the tower, the clover, the mice, the fish, the writer, and the key. And then down here we have the woman, the coffin, the child, the ship, the clouds, the tree, and the lilies. What's interesting is that there's a burdened woman here and a woman that is quite possibly ill, or a woman that perhaps is no longer with us or may no longer be with us. But what's interesting is I know somebody had sent me a message that the gentleman at Deutsche Bank had taken his own life. I need to add that to my reading list. But this is like a woman that is like seriously ill, or there's an ending and a loss here for her. There's an institution that shuts down. I'm not sure if this is in regards to perhaps Trump Tower. This could be something, an institution where you go to gamble. This could be in regards to a casino. These two right here, and the losses that happened at that casino. But that was so many years ago that I don't even know like why that would even show up, you know, because this is a burdened institution that has gambling, that has suffered a loss right here with these 4. So I don't know if there's something that he's reporting about those casinos, or, you know, even though I'm not seeing the fox here, that would signify fraud. But there's something weird going on here with the casino, that all of this has, they've been losing a lot. If this is in regards to Mazars as well, they don't want to be punished. So they go ahead and take the risk, and then they're nervous about the repercussions. But the question was, what is Donald Trump going to do? Well, he's nervous about something that's going on overseas. Either a casino that's overseas, which I don't even know if he has, perhaps a hotel, wait, no, it can't say hotel. Well, it could be, even though we don't have the house. It could be a literal tower that is overseas, new burdens. And then we're seeing the money that's being delivered, news about the money that's coming out. That's super important. Down here, like I said, a woman that is either seriously ill, or perhaps may no longer be with us. We're seeing something new or in the early stages that's going on overseas, that's foreign, that's causing a lot of confusion. And there's something here related with age-related illness. Something confusing in regards to his health. This, because the clouds is here. I would think this is more mental health this way. Or some sort of financial trouble this way, his financial health as well, that has been clouded over, obscured, done in the shadows, that he's been doing for a long time, years and years, and the evidence of that from his history with the key and the lilies. We can see that there is going to be some serious difficulties here in his later years. This right here is something extremely karmic with the tree and the key. So perhaps this has something to do with his karma, that he got away with murder basically his entire life. And then his karma, you know, gets paid in his golden years this way. Because, like I said, these two right here, that's significant karma. And there's something really bad going on here with his finances, his money, his businesses, and a lot of confusion, and there's no clarity about something that's going on overseas. And then there's also something here with his health and his age. This is like age related. So this could be, and this right here is illness to the body. And this here. So it's, dementia, Alzheimer's, that sort of thing on this end of the reading. And then there's news coming in about his health right here, and something significant to do with his age. This is an action card. This is more of a mood and a portrait card, and this is a mood and a portrait card. So it looks like once the order comes in to release to Mazars, that they have to release the taxes, because here it shows the taxes being released. The money is being delivered as evidence this way. He's nervous and he goes far away here. And then here we have something that has to do with age-related illness. Either dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever it is, it's something that has to do with age-related illness because of serious financial trouble right here. Whatever he's been clouding over, doing in the shadows, covering up, it gets exposed. It took him years and years and years and years and years with these two to get caught. And like I said, this is karmic because of these two. So everything basically that he's been accruing his whole life, and all of his, lifelong criminality here, and corruption and erosion and just nastiness, perhaps that's his karmic lesson, that he'll do it while he's younger, and then come his, later years, that's when it's time to pay the piper. Because here the confusion gets cleared up. It took many years to do it, but it gets cleared up. There's a burdened woman, an institution that has been shut down, an opportunity for a child or a new gamble or a small risk, corruption overseas, or something that he's been doing overseas with foreigners that is seriously making him crap his pants. Money that's been in the shadows, clouded over. There's news about health, and then the proof from his history, or the proof is in his history. He's got a guilty history here, and there's a very important woman here. So I don't know who this woman is. Based off of this, I don't know, because this is saying she's a burdened woman, and a woman that is ill, or a woman that will no longer be with us. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure his mom has passed. But I don't know if this is a new woman that is going to, one of his exes or whatever, may have this coming up sometime later on down the road. We can see new burdens, or burdens that are in the early stages, or a guilty child. We're seeing an institution here that has to do with something that is going on overseas. So I don't know if this is the Department of Motor Vehicles, the Department of Transportation here. Because I said this right here is a casino, but this right here I'm seeing like the Department of Transportation, an institution that has perhaps boats, a tower overseas. The end of his luck here, whatever luck he had is kaput, done. Illness, and then money that is has been around for a long time, or the history of his money. Okay, let me see, and then the confusion gets cleared up. So it looks like when they're ordered to release his taxes, his history of the money, when that comes out, this is an action card, this is an action card. Like I said, there may be a strategy that he just disappears or takes off based on an age-related illness here. That may be the exit strategy. And there's a very significant, important woman here too that plays into this some way, somehow. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off here. I'm going to go review some more of your questions, and I will try to post another video. I have a crap ton of meetings to be at tomorrow, so I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to catch some more. I'll try my hardest. Like I said, it's just a crazy, there's a lot of changes going on at my, my job, my career, and we're right around the holidays. So it's kind of like we're just so many changes, and then, so many people going on vacation as well. It's like, we're running into high gear. So I want to thank you for being with me here today. Please leave me any questions and comments down below. I'm going to continue to go over your posts and see what else I can get to. And I will see you guys on my next one. Thank you so very much. Bye-bye.